Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here with the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. One more day for me, no show the face. I'm 50% better, so let's get on to it. We have, as I said in my tease, a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a pattern change coming. So we're going to talk about that. Let's say hi to some folks. Good morning, Adam Hunt. Thanks for watching. Mike Balhorn, good morning to you. Jahirul Islam, good morning, and thanks for watching the MLive Morning Weather Update. Here we go. So I'm starting with a big picture, satellite picture. Pick out the United States, okay? And so what you're seeing is United States on the right side, a lot of the Pacific Ocean on the left side, and you see the clouds stretched out into the Pacific. That is what appears to be the weather pattern change coming. Not a drastic, crazy one, but one that gets us back to a regular storm track. And it probably takes until the first week of November to kick in. Dave Marco II is asking, how is Halloween looking? Right now, if I had to guess, I would say that Halloween is around that transition time. So it could be wet, but the details we have to wait on as we get toward that day. But we would have, obviously, we would be undergoing the pattern change. All right, so we're going to start off with the big picture. And we're going to start off with the European model because it's a good model. And it'll go out 10 days and it'll kind of show us that warmth now. So we have another warm day today. A storm system with rain to our southwest is just fighting. Hey, Alicia Johnson, you have yourself a blessed day too. Thank you. Appreciate it very much. Fighting to get toward us, but we stay dry today. And then the cold front does come through and ends this type of weather whether you love it or hate it, it ends the 70s and 80s. By tomorrow, still warm in the south, far southeast, but tomorrow is dry for the most part also. After some overnight showers and morning showers across the UP, northern half of the lower, 1/10 of an inch, something like that. And then Thursday, another beautiful fall day. Friday, a storm system approaches and kind of does the weakening and the split around Michigan. Hey, John Lewins, if we could, let's stick to weather here, please. Okay? We don't want to have to ban you. We do like freedom of speech, but let's stick to weather, please. Sound like a plan, John Lewins? Please reply yes. Then we go into Friday and Saturday and Sunday. It looks cool, but dry. Sunday, the warmth comes back. There is a warm-up next week. As we undergo the pattern change, there's a warm-up on a wind, a strong southwest wind by Tuesday. We could be back to the 60s to 70 degrees by Tuesday. We're fully into the warm sector ahead of a storm system that will drive a cold front through about, somebody asked about Halloween. This is Halloween afternoon. That is dry. The front is off to the east. Halloween, if we believe this, it's 9 days out, so we don't believe it. Hey, Sherry LaFave, you better believe I'm sticking to weather. Okay? You better believe it. Wow, my phone is just freaking out on the display. Hopefully it's working okay for everybody. And then this is 10 days out, and you can see the colder air starting to build. And yes, it is going to happen at some point. Okay, so closer look. closer look shows the showers in the north half overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. And then it shows dry weather for Thursday and Friday morning. And here's Friday morning. Not real showery Friday. Weekend dry. And then I talked about a warming trend next week. This is Tuesday. We're into a strong southwesterly flow, and that gets us back to the 60s and maybe 70s. Friday rain in Freeport, Tom Ramsey? Nah, not really. Maybe an hour or two of showers. There's your cold front. We're out at Halloween. This is Halloween. Take it for what it's worth. I wouldn't believe on the timing just yet. Let's look at some specifics on temperatures. Like I said, still a warm one today, where we approach 80 degrees in a lot of places. And with the dry soil, that means we could do it in the thumb. We could do it in Ann Arbor and Detroit. Oh, Rebecca Jean getting tired of this stuff. It'll happen. Don't worry. It'll happen. Let's let the warm people have their last bask in the summer. I take whatever. Mother Nature, you don't control her, so when it's warm, I enjoy it. When it's cold and snowy, try to enjoy it too. Now, this would be Wednesday. Yeah, we'd be 70 in the far southeast, to 60s, to 50s in Traverse City, to 40s in the UP. Very classic, typical temperature spread for late October in Michigan. Thursday, good fall work outside day, upper 50s. Friday, same deal, good fall work outside day or work skipper Friday. Saturday, 50s and 40s for highs. Sunday in the 50s. Monday starting to reflect that next warm spell heading our way. You see 70s at the back, southwest part of the screen. And I do believe these models. Now, this is going to be the European model, the upper airflow. Bear with me if this is your first time watching the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. You'll find out I don't sugarcoat it for you. I don't baby you. I give you the guts of meteorology. And what we're looking at is 15,000 feet up. We're looking at the bend in the jet stream on Wednesday. That's the cold front. Hey, Jamie Northrup, you are welcome. It's my job, and I appreciate that you do like it. We go to a west to east flow. The atmosphere does not stay west to east for long. The atmosphere needs to stir things up. So you usually get about 3 to 5 days of west to east, and then it goes more wavy. We're into Monday, and then here comes the pattern change starting to evolve. Trough out west, ridging again for us. And as we get out to November 1st, starting to look like we get into a more regular storm track. Hey, good morning, Mark Kyneth. We go to the ensemble mode of the same model, which is 31 iterations of it. Same thing we're looking at is mid-levels of the atmosphere, but what we get to see is that as we go out to October 28th, 29th, 30th, ridge blows up in the eastern half, trough develops in the western half. That gets us into a southwesterly flow. That gets storm systems with a little more moisture to work with. Gets us on the warm side eventually, and then eventually, that warmth will break down. We're at November 4th, November 5th. Nothing that looks like a whole-scale change to winter temperatures just yet. Probably more just regular type storm systems. And I'll leave you with one more thing here. And that is that the long-range forecasters at NOAA are starting to see this change toward leaning to get some rainfall. I don't want to call it wet because we could take 2, 3, 4 inches of rain before the ground is even back to normal amounts of moisture. So 6 to 10 day out to Halloween, much warmer than normal, starting to inch into the rainfall chances. 8 to 14 day, October 29th to November 4th, 90% chance will be warmer than normal. How about that for the government not being shy? They believe it's going to be warmer than normal, and I do too, and you probably do now also. And notice the wetter weather is starting to shift on to the east too. All right, so there you have it. One more very warm day. And we back down to about normal, but nothing that looks like a flip-flop to holy moly, we paid for it. And a pattern change. Let's call it a weather pattern change in the first week of November toward more regular amounts of moisture and probably still fluctuating. Warm side of the storms make it in the 60s. Cold side of the storms, maybe highs only in the 40s. Maybe start to by mid-November, highs only in the 30s. And on the backside of the storm, you get a few hours of snow showers. Certainly that looks like it would be possible unless we use up a little cold blob and the warmth comes back. And in this warmer globe, that is certainly possible in November. Thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, still limping along with a little bit of a congestion problem, let's call it. But I'm getting there. I'll be back one of these days. Hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.